I can proudly say that I work at the happiest place on earth, and it's not Disney World. I genuinely loved my summer job as a lifeguard and looked forward to going to work every single day. The members were always smiling and happy. My staff was always entertaining. My manager was pretty laid back. I had been a lifeguard for 4 summers, and I loved every summer. One of the reasons I have loved it is from how easy it is. Nothing ever seemed to go wrong. I was a certified lifeguard, but I always questioned what would happen if something were to happen to someone. How would I react in a crisis? Would I panic? Would I freeze? Or would I be a hero and save the day? I had never known until one summer day. Summer days at the pool are meant for laughing children, happy moms, and seeing who can have the biggest splash off the diving board. Nothing ever goes wrong on a perfect summer day. Wrong. Swim practice had just ended. I was tired, my body ached everywhere, and all I wanted to do was to go home and sleep on this beautiful summer day. The sun was shining, and the warmth kissed our wet skin. There was not a cloud in the sky, and the birds were actually chirping. But I was scheduled to work at the pool that Tuesday, so I decided to hang out after practice and help coach the little kids' swim team. Coaching the little kids was my favorite. I loved each of their bubbly personalities and watching them grow and develop as swimmers. I loved sitting on the warm concrete pool deck, watching splashing, laughter, and hard work come from the 6 lanes of young swimmers. The last practice had just ended, and I was gossiping with my coach and a few other moms. A little girl named Layla started running at us, waddling down the pool deck. Her pink cheetah bathing suit matched her bubblegum pink swim cap, with her thick, long, black hair falling out from underneath of her cap. Her pale skin had 2 red circles around her eyes, a common sign of her pink goggles being strapped way too tight to her head. Layla ran, her arms flailing in the air. She was yelling something, but I couldn't hear it over the chatter of the moms. All of a sudden, the gossipy moms heard it too, and Layla's voice was audible. Coach Cheryl! Coach Cheryl! Gwyneth hit her head! Gwyneth hit her head! Gwyneth hit her head! Cheryl, you have to come right now! My coach and I instantly looked to the pool and saw a girl standing there with her arms resting on the outside of the pool. She was taller than most 12-year-old girls, easily being able to stand in the 5-foot section with her head above the water against the pool edge. This frail body looked like a washed-up animal leaning on the outside of the pool. Her blue cap was off, floating in the water next to her. Her long blonde hair was in a low ponytail, wet and sticking to her neck and back. She wasn't moving. Fear instantly flowed through my veins. Cheryl and I immediately sprung into action. Cheryl ran to attend to Gwyneth while I herded the gossiping moms and children like cattle away from the pool deck towards the snack stand, all eager to see what had happened to their friend. After everyone cleared the pool deck, I walked over to Cheryl, who was consoling Gwyneth and rubbing her shoulder from the outside of the pool. Cheryl instructed one of the other coaches to put a ladder into the pool so Gwyneth could walk out, explaining that Gwyneth must just be startled and nervous. But Coach Cheryl, my neck really hurts to move. My eyes instantly locked with Cheryl's. Her eyes turned from a calm to a sense of fear, tripling in size. We both knew what this meant. Gwyneth could have a spinal injury. We couldn't tell her that with her still being in the pool, but if it were the worst possible outcome, it could mean paralysis. Cheryl instantly grabbed Gwyneth's head, securing her spine. Cheryl, what are you doing? I'm scared. What's wrong? I just want my mom. Please tell me what you're doing. I just want to go home. Can I please get out of the water now? I'm cold." Without thinking, I climbed into the water, coming around to Gwyneth's back. We needed a primary lifeguard in the pool to stabilize her spine better, in case there was damage. I might not have been on duty, but I was obligated to help considering I was certified to handle situations like this. I walked to Gwyneth, placing one hand under her chin with my forearm against her chest, parallel to her spine. I placed my other hand on the back of her neck, forearm also parallel and along her spine. "Sam, what's going on? I'm scared. I just want my mom." "Gwyneth, it will all be okay. We just want to make sure your neck and back are okay because you hit your head. That's all. But look, I'm a lifeguard and you know that, so I promise I will take good care of you. We're just going to hang out here together until your mom can come, okay?" "But Sam, my mom is in New York today for a job interview, and my dad is working in Philly, and my babysitter's home with my sisters. Please, I just want to go home." "Gwyneth, it will be okay. I promise." "Are those sirens for me? Did you call an ambulance? I just want to go home. I don't need an ambulance. Really, Sam, I don't. Sam, please, I don't need it. I'm fine. I feel okay. And I'm really afraid of needles. Please don't call an ambulance." Gwyneth started to panic, trying to move her head side to side. I kept a strong grip on her neck to try to keep her still. "Gwyneth, you need to keep your head still. The ambulance is only coming to take you to the hospital to check you out and make sure you are okay. You are just going on a little ride. It's just to be safe." Cheryl appeared before us. "Hi, Gwyneth. It's Cheryl. Don't turn your neck to look at me. But we are going to take you to the hospital to get you checked out. We have other lifeguards here, and they are going to put you on this floating bed, okay? Then they will strap you in, and you'll go on a ride to the hospital. And you won't have to do anything. Right now, everyone will do everything for you. I just need you to listen to Sam for me." I turned around and saw two lifeguards approaching me with a backboard. The backboard is a hard plastic bed, but it is hollow, which allows it to float. The top has cushions to strap someone's head in, while the sides have buckle straps secured to the board to hold the body to the backboard. The other two lifeguards held it in the water while I slowly walked away from the wall, holding Gwyneth's neck still. Her feet floated to the surface of the water, and we were able to get the backboard underneath of her body on the first try. Because I had control of her neck and spine, I had to continue to hold her head. Another lifeguard, Allie, came around and secured Gwyneth's head, this time by her ears, with one hand over each ear. I was now able to remove my arms from holding her to strap Gwyneth onto the board. The straps and buckles were already connected to the backboard, so all I had to do was buckle them. I started at her chest, just like I was taught, then strapped around her waist, thighs, and feet. Afterwards, I put a red foam block next to each of her ears, then connected the two blocks to the backboard. I also placed a strap over Gwyneth's forehead to secure the blocks even more. Allie was then allowed to remove her hands. Sam, what are you doing? I don't like this strap. Please, take it off. I just want to go home." "Gwyneth, you're doing great. Just a little longer, okay?" I then climbed out of the pool and was able to get her out on the backboard as soon as the paramedics drove up the driveway of the swim club. Once they got there, they lifted her onto the stretcher and took her away in an ambulance. Cheryl and I accompanied her to the hospital. At the hospital, Gwyneth was cleared to have no spinal injuries. Although I had been a lifeguard for 4 years, I had never had to save someone, let alone have a potential spinal injury needing backboarding and an ambulance. Every day I climbed onto the lifeguard stand and became an on-duty lifeguard. I always wondered how I would handle myself if a crisis ever arose at what seemed to always be Perfect Hideaway Swim Club. After Gwyneth's spinal injury scare, I knew I could always trust my training. I also knew that my first year as a lifeguard, I wouldn't have been able to trust my training and would have been terrified in this situation. While I was scared for Gwyneth this time, I would not have been able to keep my cool without additional training and experience. While Gwyneth's accident was unfortunate and certainly scary, I benefited from it and certainly grew as a person. I am more confident in my lifeguarding skills, as well as my crisis management skills. After Gwyneth's scare, I implemented better training protocol throughout our staff to make sure that no matter how much experience a lifeguard has, they would always be able to safely and effectively handle a crisis, keeping Hideaway Swim Club safe and happy.